It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. For the Miami Heat, they are coming off a good outing against the Celtics in Boston.
And if you had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, the big men are Bosch and out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a just to force the overtime.
Miami with the ball. Here's the three. And it's rebounded by Covington. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the 76ers. We talked about their defensive game plan, and he said, for Dwayne Wade, you've got to make him a jump shooter and not fight for his pump fakes. When you do that, it's a foul or he's going to go right by you for the dunk. Kevin Wade known for that deadly shot fake. We'll see if they can stay disciplined.
Thank you, Doris. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Again, the miss by Jackson. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Maverick. Off target from outside.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Pick by Okafor. To the inside. Layup off the pick. And the layup is up and in.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For Miami, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
Move the ball.
Here's Maverick, guarded by Jackson. And Okafor with the block.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Shots good by Bosch.
D. Wade with an excellent pass there.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Outside Jackson to the wing right side. Landry, a screen on Wade. Covington kicks to Landry. Shoots from 12. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. They get Luol Deng. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve. Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Wade passes to Maverick. He dishes it to Dang. And Okafor with the block. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. 5 to shoot. Here's Wade. And that one's good. Wade's got his first basket.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Picked by Okafor. Dishes to Landry. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And a miss there on the triple from Maverick.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Jackson against Wade. Jackson drives in. Covington. Bosch grabs the miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Wade. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Here's Jackson. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. It's been a heck of a recent stretch for these guys. The centers and power forwards averaging the most points in their position in the last 10 games. In the third spot, Jahlil Okafor.
That's as scary a collection of big men as you'd want to see. I mean, game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
Yet, no matter how much attention they're getting, they're still going to get their points. I mean, opponents just have to keep fresh legs out there and try to limit the damage and make them work for whatever points they do get.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the three-pointer by Freak. Okafor with the screen on Dragic. Covington kicks to Okafor from the stripe. Count the bucket. Okafor's got his second bucket tonight.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
That's good.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Now here's Jackson. His last outing, 16 points for him. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
It's tipped. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. There's the bucket. Good. Jackson's got 6.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Okay, Philadelphia, let's give a hand to your own 60. And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid. So it's Philadelphia now. 4-point game. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Maverick, he's in at the point. Whiteside is out there with Dang. That's Thornton. And it's Winslow in at the 3. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics really lit up the floor. He finished with 39 points and was in the zone as a shooter, lighting it up from both the foul line and the field. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I'd say it would make it to his greatest hit spot, no doubt about it.
For Miami, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
The 76ers making a switch here. Okafor's checked in. Wade, he's checked in for Miami. Now here's Jackson. 6 points for him. Baseline J on the way, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And taking a look now at stats for Dwayne Wade. He's one of the standouts over the last month. Getting around 12 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Over to the wing. And Marshall kicks to Okafor. And stolen by Thornton. And here's the break. Here's Maverick. Finished off the break. Maverick's got 14 points. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Miami on defense. Kid Gilchrist with it. Now guarded by Maverick. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Sounds good.
Kid Gilchrist will go to the free throw line. They get Hassan Whiteside. The 76ers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Here's Maverick. He had a 39-point outing in their last game against Boston.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
And here are the 76ers now. The Heat getting the bucket. Here's Okafor. No good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go. Lets the three fly. It falls. And 3 more from Maverick. And it's a 9-point Heat lead.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
There's the pick. Takes the 3. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Now Marshall following the three-point attempt by Freak. 76ers moving the ball around. Marshall dishes to Okafor. The 76ers again can't hit it. The Heat leading by 9. Pass to Jackson. He feeds it to Marshall. Shoots from 8. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
Guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you've played with. And Greg, this mismatch gives him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
The 76ers making a switch here. Landry's checked in, and Miami also making a switch. Langston Galloway's checked in for Marcus Thornton. Miami no good on that time either. The 76ers trail by 7. The dish now to Jackson. And a miss there on the triple. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Galloway kicks to Winslow. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Winslow's got the lead up to 9 now for the Heat.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
To the left wing. There's the screen. Jackson. Outside for Jackson. From deep three-point range. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Marshall with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. To the middle, here's Okafor, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Now here's Jackson, following the miss by Freak. Feeds it to Marshall. From the corner. But he recovers it. Picked by Okafor. Marshall with it. Now guarded by Maverick. And then Okafor slams it in.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Maverick passes to Winslow. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Pass to Maverick. Fires the three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
Some fantastic.
And we finished one half of basketball.
Kevin, I've got Coach Eric Spoelstra. And Coach, the team's defense has been key in this game. Everything seems to be working well for you guys out there.
Well, it's not everything's working exactly right, but our activity is making up for some of the mistakes and creating some opportunities and energy on the other end.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. The second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Some good numbers for Maverick. He's got 19 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is pouring it in from three, guys. You know how much I love to see guys knocking down buckets.
We've got Okafor. Jackson is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Carl Landry. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That's his first foul.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Kicks it to Covington. Okafor with the screen on Bosch. Covington dishes to Landry. It's stolen by Wade. In transition, here comes Miami. The shot will not go. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. The feed to Covington. This one for 3. And the 76ers get it back. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Landry.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Pass to Maverick. From downtown. Again, the miss by the Heat.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
It's Jackson with the drive. Sinks that one from the post. Jackson's got 11 points.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Miami leading by 5. Here's Maverick. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
First trip to the line for him here.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
Marshall, he's checked in for Jackson. And Miami with a change here, too. Winslow's checked in. That's it, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket for Marshall.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Launches a 3. And again, it's the Heat missing. The 76ers have gotten 4 of the first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And here's Covington from the arc. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Here's Maverick. 23 points in the game. And then jammed down as he goes right over Jahlil Okafor.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Here's Covington after the Heat pick up 2.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
And it's Wade in the corner. Here's Maverick. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. And it's a 10-point Heat lead.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the 76ers coach as he addressed his team. He told his guys, when we've got the ball, let's take it right into the teeth of the defense. Attacking the basket is going to be their MO. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Here's Covington. Jackson has the open look. Offline with his 3. The Heat leading by 8. Wade, right side. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Jackson kicks to Landry. No good. Some solid defense from Bosch. For Miami, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And our 2K leaderboard up on the screen now, giving you a look at the small forward position and the players with the most rebounds per game this year. In the third spot, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' games. I mean, they play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in our league.
Yeah, I think they all have that little bit of extra edge to their games that allows them to put up the kind of rebound numbers usually you only see from power forwards. Let's take a look at some numbers in this one for Jackson. He has 11 points and a steal. I'll tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
Well, Heat leading by 10. Here's Maverick. He has 30. Bosch sets the pick for Green. Back to Bosch. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Miami.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Jackson kicks to Covington. Out left to the wing. Here's Wang. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Philadelphia with the ball. They trail by 14. Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds in this game. Green passes to Maverick. And again, Miami with the triple.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Here's Covington. He kicks it to Jackson. Can they get it? And Whiteside sends it back.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Here's the lob to the hoop. And it's Green with the jam.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special.
For 3, Covington. And it's Miami with the rebound.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Here's Jackson following the basket by Freak. The pass to Wang. Here's Noel.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Covington. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Luol Deng is checked in for the Heat.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Jackson drives in to the left side wing. There's a screen by Noel. Covington dishes to Noel. Outside Jackson. Back to Noel. The second chance effort. Here's Embiid. And finally they hit one. Embiid's got his first points of the game.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless. Boy, what a half from the field they're having. They're going to extend that lead if they stay this high.
Yeah, they've taken it up a notch. Clark looking very confident right now.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 13. And Embiid gets it to go. The Heat leading by 21. Dishes it to Bosch. Outside Dragic. Throws it up high. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Welcome back. Back, fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. On the court for the Heat, Maverick, he's in at point guard. D-Wade out there with Dang. Then there's Chris Bosh. And it's Dragic in at the 2. Landry kicks to Jackson. He dishes it to Embiid. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so here is Miami. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Dragic the pass to Dang. Inside. Pulls it up. Shot's good by Bosh.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Now here's Jackson, guarded closely. Picked by Okafor. The drive by Jackson. Bosh with some nice D.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Left side, Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Okafor. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Bosh. And he lobs it up. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Landry.
Yeah, that's a...
For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. From 11 feet away, Marshall gets the bucket.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
The dish to Thornton. Got a piece of it. Haslam the pass to Maverick. Marshall with the steal. Picked by Okafor. Marshall dishes to Okafor. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Miami. Free throw good. Okafor. A different look for Miami. Chris Bosh is checked in for Haslam. Dang comes in for Green. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Marcus Thornton. Both free throws good from Okafor. So it's Miami now. To the wing on the left. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. The drive by Jackson. The shot, no good. And the Heat going the other way now. Maverick passes to Bosh. Here's Maverick. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Maverick's got 44.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Here's Covington. He feeds it to Jackson. Looking to get back on track here. Landry. Nice defense from Maverick.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's space and then go and corral that backboard.
Outside Jackson. Got a piece of it. And it's the Heat on the break.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Heat.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And, Greg, I don't think we can overstate how significant that was for them today. I mean, beating a conference opponent 3 out of 4 times, that's no easy feat.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Maverick. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Whiteside, a screen on Jackson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. No good from Maverick.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness.
Here really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Congratulations on the win and leading the way in terms of the points production. How were you able to create shots for yourself?
Yeah, that's my number one skill. You know what I'm saying? Create shots for myself. Yo, I got moves on moves on moves. You feel me? Yo, I can sneeze and the defender's gonna break his ankle trying to get me a tissue. That's why I lead the team in scoring.
Kevin, an interesting response. Over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Freak. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent. And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope
$250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line,